Business Review, a daily program that delves into the latest and most significant economic stories. From stock markets to currency news, Business Review covers the most up-to-date stories in the global financial world.
Saudi Aramco shares fell by as much as 10% on March 9th, dropping below their December listing price after Saudi Arabia and Russia said they would raise oil production in a battle for market share, sending crude prices down by a third. Government bonds from Saudi Arabia and other Gulf oil-producing countries were also pummeled after the collapse of the deal between OPEC, Russia and other oil producers that had propped up oil prices since 2016. Aramco shares fell below their 32 riyals initial public offering price for the first time since trading began in December. The Aramco listing was considered the culmination of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's efforts to diversify the Saudi economy. The December IPO valued the company at $1.7 trillion in the world's biggest share offering. From fears over the impact of the coronavirus on oil demand and Russia's refusal to support deeper output cuts to bolster prices. As a result, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries has removed all limits on its own production.
Officials and scholars from across the world have spoken highly of China's efforts to support production resumption and keep the global economy afloat amid the COVID-19 epidemic. Teodoro Rivera, the Chilean Minister of Foreign Affairs, said that China's successful experience in epidemic prevention and control will help Latin American countries deal with the epidemic in a better way and acknowledged that the resumption of production activities is crucial to the economic development of Chile and the world at large. According to Rivera, in Chile, for example, more than 30% of our exports go to China, so it's important for us that China gets back to the production and restores economic vitality. We fully support China's policy in resuming production, which can avoid the impact of the outbreak on the global economy. Meanwhile, Madhav Das Nalapat, an Indian scholar from Manipal University, noted that the epidemic has threatened global economic stability. However, he hailed China's efforts alongside its prevention and control work to resume its production in a timely manner and therefore continue contributing to the world economy. Nalapat thinks it is good that now manufacturing is now getting back to normal in China, saying that it's a sign that things are getting better. Fresh infections in China are becoming lower, and therefore it is becoming safe to go to work.
Indian stocks on March 9th recorded their worst single-day fall in more than 4 years, tracking global markets lower as panic over the economic fallout of the coronavirus outbreak intensified and oil prices plummeted. The NSE Nifty 50 index closed down 4.90% at 10,451.44, its worst daily decline since August of 2015. The benchmark S&P BSE Sensex ended 5.17% lower at 35,634.95 points. European markets suffered hefty losses in early trade, while MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan lost 4.4% in its worst day since August of 2015. The number of people infected with the coronavirus has topped 110,000 globally as the outbreak reached more countries and caused more economic carnage. Unnerving already panicked investors, oil prices sank more than 24% in their biggest one-day rout since the Gulf War after Saudi Arabia launched a price war with Russia Analysts expect the decline in crude prices to help boost economic growth in India, one of the world's top oil importers, but shares in large oil companies slumped on Monday. State-run Oil and Natural Gas Corp recorded its worst fall since 1995, dropping nearly 16%, while oil-to-telecoms conglomerate Reliance Industries Limited RELI.NS dived 13%.
France Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire said on March 9th that Europe needs to come up with a massive economic stimulus plan to cope with the impact of the coronavirus outbreak, adding that he would propose measures to Eurozone counterparts at a meeting next week. The appeal by Bruno Le Maire for coordinated action to support the economy echoed a call from Italy, which has been hit harder by the virus than anywhere else in Europe. Le Maire told France Interradio that Europe must prove its political effectiveness as he expects a strong, massive, and coordinated response from Europe to avoid the risk of an economic crisis after the epidemic. He said Eurozone finance ministers could not afford to waste their time at their upcoming meeting complaining about tough times and had to decide on a stimulus plan. Le Maire said that he will propose a series of fiscal and budgetary measures that will constitute a coordinated and massive stimulus plan that will allow us to relaunch the economic machinery. France had 1,126 confirmed coronavirus cases and 19 deaths as of March 8th in the evening, and the outbreak is having a growing impact on the Eurozone's second biggest economy, with public events being cancelled and tourism numbers collapsing. Le Maire said the outbreak could cut French economic growth to below 1% in 2020 from a previous estimate of 1.3%. Earlier, the French central bank estimated the economy would barely grow in the first quarter from the previous 3 months and warned of a potentially severe slowdown due to the coronavirus outbreak. In its monthly business climate survey, the Bank of France cut its first quarter growth forecast to just 0.1% from 0.3% previously. Nearly 20% of the 8,500 executives polled by the central bank between the end of February and the start of March said they expected the coronavirus outbreak to impact their business, with a number as high as 40% in the clothing industry and as low as 15% in construction.
Egypt is rushing to protect its important tourism sector and reassure travelers it is safe to visit after an outbreak of the coronavirus on a cruise ship on the River Nile. Officials said on March 7th that the coronavirus had been detected in 45 people, including foreign tourists, after the vessel reached the southern city of Luxor. Until then, Egypt had reported only 3 confirmed cases of the virus. The Ministers of Tourism, Health and Civil Aviation toured a temple on March 8th in central Luxor in an attempt to dispel rumors that there were no tourists coming to the country. The tourism industry is an important driver of economic growth and has rebounded after a decline following the 2011 uprising. Revenue was a record high of $12.57 billion in the financial year that ended last July, according to central bank figures. At another top tourism site, the Giza Pyramid outside of Cairo, guides and souvenir sellers said that business had slowed over the past month because of fears over the coronavirus. The cruise boat struck by the virus had been towed outside of Luxor and placed under quarantine, state media reported. Those who tested positive were flown by a military plane for quarantine in northern Egypt. Officials say the newly announced cases and others discovered in people who passed through Egypt originate from a Taiwanese U.S. national who returned to Taiwan in February after traveling on the cruise ship. The spread of the coronavirus outside of Egypt could have other knock-on effects on the economy, including on Egyptians working abroad.
This has been Business Review, your daily source for the most critical stories in the financial world. Tune in next time for the latest financial news impacting the world economy.